Hello and welcome to Outside Every Day with SOREEL. My name is Tara Laidlaw and I am the Education Program Manager with the Southern Oregon Land Conservancy. Today we're going to be sharing with you the practice of sit spots. Sit spots are a really wonderful and very dynamic practice that you can use literally anywhere as a way to connect with the natural world. You can use them in many different ways, and in our video today we'll show you lots of those different ways so that you can choose the one that feels the best for your situation. But in general, so sit spot is a place where you go to the same spot every day and you just make observations. You see what's new, you see what's the same as yesterday. You become quiet so that the natural world has a chance to emerge around you. And when I'm doing my sit spot, I take it as a meditative practice. I love it as a way to help reduce anxiety and stress. And the way that I usually start my sit spot practice is first by identifying 4 things that I can see around me. Next, I do 3 things that I can hear. After that, I identify 2 things that I can touch. And finally, I identify 1 thing that I can smell. And after I've gone through that series, I find that I'm much more centered and much more present. And then I can just sit very quietly and breathe and enjoy being in the present moment right here, right now.
Hi everybody, this is Corellia here from Jackson Soil and Water Conservation District. We're going to be talking about sit spots and how you can use them as a nature journaling, time tracking spot for your sit spot. So I really like to keep track of what kind of plants and animals are living in my sit spot or around my sit spot. So sitting here, I'm going to start making a list of the species that I see. So I'm sitting under a white fir. I see some Douglas fir around me. And I hear some birds. And so the power of this type of nature journaling is that you can come back to it day after day, compare what you're seeing, if they're moving animals, moving insects, whatever, going through the space. And then in a year or in a different time of year, you can come back and say, whoa, a lot of things have changed here. So I hope that this is a good tool that you can use from your porch, looking outside the window, sitting in your sit spot at the park, and help you keep track of what's going on in your outside neighborhood.
Hey, it's Janine here from Vesper Meadow, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how I like to use nature journaling and my sketch pad when I'm sitting in a little sit spot. It's a great way to tap into multiple senses and explore those, and that sort of thing is great for any age. So I'm going to run through some prompts. You can give it to your student ahead of them going out to their sit spot if you want them to have a really alone and peaceful experience, or otherwise use them together if you choose to do a co-sit spot. For those who are really more visual, you can focus on things near and far. So you might look around you and find a found object. I've got some white fir sprays that have fallen off the trees this spring right here. And the thing with drawing is that you're using your visual and your brain can only hold an image for like 1/10 of a second. So a good exercise to really focus on your object and observe its form, its color, is to only look at the object and not your pen and paper. So if you hold it away from your pen and paper, not worrying if your image looks like the object at all, just run your hand on the page, studying the shape of the object. Try not to take your pen or pencil off the page and just outline what your object looks like. If you want to kind of come out of that and go to the polar opposite, you can look at things in the distance, landscape, kind of level things, look at the morphology of the mountains in the distance or the morphology of the trees in front of you. A great way to kind of set that up is to use a human viewfinder. So just use your hands and take the L of your index and thumb, make a rectangle, hold it up in the distance to the image you think you want to draw, and that'll set boundaries of what is going to be in your drawing. So this way here, there are 5 trees that are going to be in my drawing, and I will kind of record that on my page, and I might periodically pull this viewfinder back up again to kind of consider what is in my field of view.
Like Corellia said, a sit spot can be anywhere. It doesn't have to be in a park or your backyard. It could even be on your front porch or inside by a window. So for today, we encourage you to do some exploring to find your perfect sit spot, and then take some time to sit and see what you can see.